Hi guys, Stephanie here. Excuse me. And I wanted to bring you back because I'm going to start doing some more work on this the BVS design team journal that I'm doing for the month of January with January 2019's kit. I will say that I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do the whole entire thing on camera. I get inspired sometimes when I'm just sitting here watching videos on YouTube or maybe dealing with my children. You know, they're loud in the background sometimes, so I don't always have the chance to record. But I do know that I do plan to do some of the things on camera. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. Yesterday, we did the journal cover, and I let it sit all day, and it is now completely dry, and it's very cool looking. It's got such a cool texture. You hear that? And I have bits hanging off still. I never cut them off, and that's because I don't care. I may cut them off at some point, but for right now, I think they're fine. It adds character. So, anyway. Somebody asked yesterday if it's necessary to use the sticker paper. It's not. The only reason that I use sticker paper is because I had it available to me, and I didn't want to glue paper down. Obviously, you can put whatever paper you want down as your base underneath here. And like I said, if you're using clear gesso or Mod Podge to seal this down, that should be visible underneath still, underneath the pattern paper or the white tissue, depending on what you used, or maybe napkin, you know, whatever you used to decoupage, the underneath should still be visible unless you used a color or white gesso, right? So, you can use whatever paper you like and adhere it. You could use Tombow Mono liquid glue, you could use tacky glue, you could even use rubber cement or glue stick, or just sew it down. No matter what you want to do it. It's totally fine. There's no wrong answers. But I just wanted to make that clear that it's definitely not necessary to have the sticker paper. But because I did, I'm going to go ahead and play along with that. Yesterday there was 2 strips left of the sticker paper from having, you know, the extra bit from folding over. And I'm going to use those right now. So, you know, yesterday we didn't put... I just whistled a little bit. Did y'all hear that? That was weird. Sorry. Anyway, yesterday we didn't put anything on the crease, if you remember. Which, if you are going to be sewing in your signature, that's not good. We don't have any type of structural integrity here, right? So we're going to fix that. I cut down those 2 pieces of sticker paper to right about, you know, the size of the journal. I wasn't, you know, meticulous about it because it doesn't really matter. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, here's the crease. I'm going to lay the sticker paper over the crease just slightly, okay? Maybe a little over a quarter of an inch, okay? Maybe a third of an inch. I'm going to stick it right here, okay? So most of it is on the left side, and then it's just overhanging. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stick the other piece the same way, about a quarter of an inch over. So now there's a double sticking in the middle. It's just adding to that integrity. In this way, once we put the paper over it, we'll have a nice white center as well. It just is great all around, in my opinion. So that's what I'm doing. In order to cut it to size, I cut off these 2 pieces. I'm saving these 2 pieces. So just want to let you know that. So now we are going to go over and I'm laying it down. And you can use your bone folder here. I don't care enough. I'm just gonna lay it down. All right. Now we'll do the other piece. And you know, I mean, the regular thing. I'm on camera, so this doesn't want to work. Oh my gosh, I really just literally can't get that off. Okay, I did it finally. So again, I'm just gonna go over about 1/4 of an inch. Alright, now if you look close enough here, you can see the crease is right there in the middle, and then we have 2 more creases where the papers are overlapping, right? So this whole entire 2 finger lengths right here is doubled. So that's adding structure and integrity. So now, when you're going to fold it, I would take your bone folder and just kind of work with it a little bit, because it's not going to have a great time trying to fold here. It's going to be like, listen, lady, I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm not okay with it. But I'm saying I don't care. Listen, don't listen to me, y'all. I'm crazy. And I don't want to run the bone folder down this because because of the texture, I don't want to mess with it. But there we go. So now we've got a perfectly delicious center to our journal. Excellent. So now I have these 2 pieces. Okay. In my January 2019 Bygones Variety Shop design team kit, I got this gorgeous sari silk ripped fibers, okay, ribbon. I love it. The amount that I had, I cut in half, and then I cut that in half, and we are going to adhere this to the inside with this sticker paper. So that way we will have a beautiful ribbon closure. So I want to kind of, before I do this, I will tell you, I did toy with the idea. There's some of this, the sari silk that's a little thinner, and I thought about doing a grommet back here and then doing the whole tie through and then, you know, put the ribbon through and make it a latch basically, and then use that to close it onto some type of hinge or button or something out here. But I did that on a journal recently, so I'm not going to do that this time. And I just like this idea better, so that's what I'm going to do. It's your preference. So whatever you want to do, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. Anyway. I'm in a silly mood today. I don't know what to tell you. Whew. Alright, so I'm going to try to see if I can't find the middle, and that looks good to me. I'm just eyeballing. Is that, let's see, maybe up a little higher. I'm going to erase this other bit. Yeah, eyeballing it. I feel as though that is good. Yeah, I think that's okay. So I'm going to take an end of the sari ribbon, and I don't really care which end, but I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to take my Tombow Mono liquid glue, and it's just because it was right here in front of me, and I'm just going to put a drop. I'm not going crazy. I'm just putting a drop. And then we'll go do the other side really quick while we wait for that to dry. I'm not sure how I feel about the Tombow Mono liquid glue, to be honest. Have any of you guys tried it? I like the bottle. I like that it has the broad tip. It's got like this really cool like brush almost. And then the other side it's got this nice thin tip, but it's very, I don't really know how to explain it. It doesn't grab right away, and I don't like that. I want, you know, if I'm doing something, I want it to grab it immediately. But I guess it not grabbing it sometimes is probably a good thing, right? Because it gives you time to wiggle and maneuver. I don't know. I guess it's personal preference. I'm going to let this dry really quick. Okay. Yeah, and it doesn't dry very fast either, so I don't know. It's give or take, I guess. I'm going to use it because I have it, and it was pretty expensive for the amount of glue that's in it. A friend of mine, though, suggested that if I don't like it, to, you know, just don't use it, but then, or use it or whatever, empty it, and then use it, put like Aleene's tacky glue in there, and then use that. It would be a nice applicator tip. Okay, so again, it's just going to take me years to unstick this. Alright, so now that is down. And this will be adhered further because once I put the inside paper down, I'm going to be sewing around the outside, so that will be sewn down. But for right now, I just wanted to get it down like this so that at least it's secure. And so there we go. So now that is down. And now we have a little closure for our journal. Now, I know this is going to sound crazy, y'all, but this journal, I really am doing white. Even the papers that I'm using aren't cream. They're white. Isn't that crazy? I know it's crazy. There are some papers that are going to be a little creamy colored because I'm trying to find them really quick, because some of the papers that I'm using for this is from a kit by Calico Collage, and it's a mixture of, well, it's mostly the Dragonfly kit. But some of it might be Calico Collage, One Fine Day. I just can't find them for some reason. I printed. Here they are. Here we go. Oh, that's not them. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, these really pretty pieces. I liked the white. I liked the pink. It seemed very lovey and cute, the little hearts and stuff, so I'm going to use this. So yeah, some of the papers, oh, and the gold, that was an important thing too, using gold, because the design team kit, and so, okay, so this one is from One Fine Day, but the design team kit this month was white and gold primarily, so I'm going to try to stick with those colors. But also having these throughout the book. So I didn't print out like a whole kit. I just printed out a bit. But this is my signature cover, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. So yeah. But then the filler paper, I have some pink Kool-Aid dyed paper, and I'm going to be using that. This is one of my favorite papers that I have, period. I'm going to be using some of these throughout. And then I have some white, I guess it's off-white, dot grid. I don't know if you can see that it's a dot grid, but yeah, dot grid paper. So yeah, I think this is going to be pretty nice. I'm excited to get into it. So give me a second. Let me figure out what my next step is, and then I will be right back. Okie dokie. So I think I figured it out. I'm going to use this piece for my inside cover. Now, I do have to take off the little edge bits. Y'all notice I say bits too much. I was looking at my videos while I was editing it yesterday, and I was like, wow, I say bits a lot. Apparently, I like that word. I just thought it was funny. Oh, shoot. There's not enough space in here. I gotta get a better, like, recording setup or whatever. Is the best I can do? Okay. And last little bit, and then I need to cut this in half. And we need to ink it. I need to get one of those Fiskars trimmers, you know, with the like pull out thing, so I can like measure, so I'm not just eyeballing everything. Looks so good. So if that was perfectly in the middle, this is the crease. Perfect. Okay, excellent. So there we go. We have our two sides. And then we're going to ink this really quick. And then once it's down, boom, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, I really am glad that I chose this for the inside cover because it's so pretty. I love it. Yeah. And you know, we'll do something for the inside there. I swear my trimmer is crooked or something. Yeah, it has to be. There's no way. Anyway, whatever. It's not that big a deal. Nothing has to be perfect, guys, you know. I have to decide, but I think that I am going to use tumbled glass. But that means I have to find the little doodad for that. Or I guess I could just get out a new sponge. So I'll do that instead. So, this is just a makeup sponge. So, alright, I'm going to do the edges. Oh yeah, I really like this tumbled glass. It's pretty. Just trying to do something different because I always use vintage photo. Well, I guess on my goth glam I did use black, so that was a difference, but I don't know. I always use vintage photo, and this gives me an opportunity to use something I don't normally use. I really like it. What are your thoughts and opinions? Because, I mean, I see everybody else using vintage photo, and I could, and it's very beautiful, and it leaves such a nice finished look, right? I mean, I love vintage photo. I just wanted to do something different. So there's with the blue and there's without. Oh yeah, it definitely makes a difference. I really, really, really like that, actually. And then, you know, I might do a little something like this, just like we would with the vintage photo, you know, kind of going over and just giving it a little different look here. Yeah, I like it. Okay, perfect. So that's one side. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. So we'll do the other side. And I guess, I don't know, maybe should ink this off camera? I'm sorry if it's boring just sitting here watching me do that. I don't know. I don't necessarily mind, like, when I'm watching somebody. And usually when I'm watching, like, a YouTube video, I'm also, like, crafting myself. I just like to have the company, and also I like to get the ideas. And when I hear them saying something, you know, interesting or whatever, I'll look up and be like, oh, yeah, that's great, you know, and then I go back to whatever I was doing. That's how I watch my YouTube videos. I don't know how anybody else does, but I'm a silly one. I gotta tell you, recording at whatever time in the morning it is, like 3 a.m., is really nice for me, because then nobody's up and I don't have to deal with loud kids in the background. It's just nice. Yeah, I really like that a lot, actually. And I guess, so I'm gonna try to sew these papers around. You know, honestly, I feel like I need to cut one of these sides here, so I want that to be like that. I need to cut this a bit, which means I'm gonna need to re-ink it. I just feel like it's a little bit better. Let me see. That better? Yeah, that's much better. Alright, so I'm going to re-ink this side a little bit really quick. Sorry about that. I just couldn't take it. I could not. I'm so OCD, guys. I'm sorry. And I also say sorry too much. I'm told that quite often. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can sew this. The only reason I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to is because, you know, the cover is just, there's so much on the cover with the mediums, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be quite interesting. So I will let you know. My camera, or my sewing machine is not like right next to me, so I'm not able to show you on camera. I would. Just want to make sure it was even top to bottom and on the sides, and I do believe that it is. So, alright, I am going to go sew around this, hopefully, and yeah, I'll be right back. So, that actually worked really well. Let me check my needle. But, yeah, there's no... It looks perfectly fine. I'm actually really impressed with how that came out. Interesting. Now, this isn't my sewing JJs. I ain't keeping all this threads and stuff on there. I'm not doing it. Yeah, look, and it looks so cute on the outside. I don't know if you can see that because I used pink thread. So, and also it's sewn here, so the sari's under there. And because the sticker paper was used, there's not really a ridge or anything here, so it's really... I'm so impressed with myself, y'all. Anyway, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Look at how pretty that looks. I'm so excited. Now, I'm going to put something on the cover. The cover's not just going to be a plain, don't worry. I have this, I don't know if I'm going to use that though, but I've got like some of the ephemera and stuff that comes with it. Look at how pretty that is. I might use something like that. And then there's also these words that says happiness is flying with your own wings, you know, and it says Dragonfly Delight down here, which is the name of the kit, but I really like the text. I like the way that it looks. It's really pretty. I also like this thing. So I got a bunch of this stuff that comes with the kit, so I might use some of these things and like do a bit of a collage on the front. I want something kind of busy. I might have to get out my heat gun for that though, because, or my glue gun, I mean, just because of the fact that it's gonna be a little bit of a pain to get something to stick on here. I mean, tacky glue would work. I don't think rubber cement would though. So I might just use my heat gun, or glue gun rather. It depends on what I'm going to put on there, but give me a second. I'm going to go through this stuff and we're going to figure out what we're doing next. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of go over with you my thoughts, as far as starting signatures here. I'm going to go through some papers with you, etc. But first I've got, these are the main papers. I'm going to stagger throughout the book. I didn't want to print too many. I didn't want this to be solely dependent on the kit. I'm also putting in my own papers. But these I did make double-sided with papers from the kit. Once again, this is the Dragonfly Delight kit from Calico Collage. And I love it. It's so pretty. Another piece. And this piece is actually from... oh, I like how the dragonfly sees through the other side. That's really cool. This is from Tsunami Rose, her French Classifieds. I just really like this piece of paper. If you have been watching me at all, I have a bunch of this printed out because I just love it. It's so pretty. Like, it legit looks as if it's cracked and been taped together. Like, look at that. And that's printed. Like, that's not... Yeah, I don't know. It flabbergasts me, y'all. I think this is going to be my center signature. This is what I had planned on. And this is signature cover. And then these two pieces will be scattered throughout the book. And they're double-sided. So this is one side and this is the other. So, let me trim off the edges on this, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So, here's our signature cover, and it is so pretty. I also wanted to show you that while I was cutting, my trimmer, you know, it got snagged up, and sometimes that happens, and look, it's got a little rip here. I don't care. It adds to the character. I just wanted to, like, make sure you guys know that, like, sometimes things like that happen. It doesn't mean that it's not a good piece of paper. Like, it adds to the character of the book. Things don't have to be perfect. I just want you to know that. I am also saying that to, like, reiterate to myself, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because things happen sometimes. The same thing happened when I was doing the center signature, and so I just decided to do a decorative scissor edge, right? So now we got this cute little edge here. And I think that's perfect for the center signature. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Going to fold that. Just trying to find my bone folder. I couldn't find it. Okay, so that page is done. Oh my god, somebody told me yesterday that when you bone fold something, when you see the crease where the ridge is, you're actually supposed to fold into that. I had never heard that before, but it definitely makes sense because then it gets rid of that ridge, right? I don't know if I'm going to be able to break myself of that habit, though. That's the only thing. So, just folding these papers. Super cute. This one has to be folded this way. Look at that. Beautiful. I like this back too. It's so cute. So cute. So, what I would like to ask you guys, what are your favorite digital printable kits? Do you have any? Have you ever done printables? And if not, like, tell me why. Why haven't you? Not, I mean, not that it's a big, you know, it's not an issue or anything. I'm just wondering, do you use kits that you find like at department store, or not department stores, but like Michael's, or you know, like Recollections paper kits and stuff? Just wondering what you guys use. I'd like to know. Let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. So anyway, here we go so far. So these are the pictures that we are not pictures, but papers that we are for sure using in this book. Okay, so I'm going to put those to the side, and now I've got this pile. Okay, so these are some things that I have dyed. I'm going to use a couple of pieces of this throughout the book, but that's not going to be like the main thing. So I have this pink dot grid paper. I'm definitely going to use one of these. I have some regular, and this is stained with Kool-Aid, pink Kool-Aid. It might have been cherry, I think. I don't know. So I have two of those. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, so I have two dot grids that are stained, and I have one regular piece of copy paper that is stained pink. So that's 3 stained. I have some papers. These are coffee stain. I'm not sure if I'm going to use coffee stain or not, but if I decide to, I have them here. Now I have this Robin's Egg blue that I used blue Kool-Aid to dye. I really like this. Look at this doily imprint. Isn't that beautiful? And this one, it almost looks like clouds, kind of, because of the grate that I put it on. Yeah, look at that. It's like clouds. Super cool. Another one. Here's another doily one. So, if I was going to pick 3, I think I'd pick this one. It's mostly... no, it's pretty white on the other side. I don't really want that. I really like this piece. And I like these two. I guess I don't have any dot grid of the blue, which is a shame. Okay, so I'll just use those 3 for now. So that's some more pink coffee stained pieces of paper. And we got these 3, so that's 6 pieces plus the 4 that we already had, so that's 10. I definitely want more pieces than that. Now I can use just regular grid paper. I also have regular copy paper. I might just put in the rest of these blue. That's just 3 more. Might as well. And then some white littered throughout. Maybe we'll just do that. 1, 2, 3. That's another 6. So that's 16. I'll put 2 more. That's 18. I think that is good. Let's see. And then maybe we'll do a couple of this. So use this one. So it's 19. Look at that one. 20. Yeah. 20. I think that sounds good to me. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to use 20 pieces of paper in total. It's just going to be a 1 signature journal. I like doing 1 or 2 signatures and just making them nice and chunky. That's my style. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and I'm going to fold all these in half. And I'll be right back. Alright, really quick, this is what I have left. I have just the grid paper left. Okay, this white grid paper. But I wanted to show you that. So here's the grid paper laid down, and let's see, where is it? Here it is. The paper that is our journal cover comes out to here. So this actually has an overhang. So what I was thinking of is taking all these grid papers and folding them not quite in half, okay, and making a fold out or a pocket with what is left. So there. And so that way when you come to this paper, you've got a fold out there. And that just adds to the interest of the book, in my opinion. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so what I did was I did 2 of the white and 2 of the pink grid papers, doing the little pocket on the side. Now I have 3 left, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm actually going to do a decorative edge trim, which will definitely take off a good amount on each side. So as some of you know, I have this that I just love. It's my favorite. It's so pretty, this scalloped beautiful edge. But it's a little bit broken, so it's going to take me, God, probably an hour, I swear, to do it. But I have to because it's just so pretty. So I will be right back. Alright, so now I'm just showing it like this so that you have a bit of an idea. But I put the signatures together. I mean, you know, I just loosely put the papers together in kind of a bit of an order. I haven't done any trimming, I haven't done any distressing, anything like that. But this is the basic gist of what I got going on here. So you're going to open this up. You're going to see this beautiful paper here. I'm going to have like a pocket or something here on the side. And then I just put the papers in here in what the order that I liked. So we're going to have a pocket here. And these papers still have to be trimmed a bit. You see they're coming out more and more because obviously you're stacking the papers together. So I'm going to trim some of these papers. We're going to do some decorative edging on some of them and, you know, lace and stuff like that. And that'll make a big difference in how the side looks. But yeah, just got, you know, some papers going on interspersed with more of this paper. So it's just going to be so pretty. And, you know, these are going to have pockets and tucks and all kinds of stuff. But this is how I put together my signature. So, yeah, I hope that you liked today's video. I hope that for maybe somebody out there who hasn't really done a junk journal yet, maybe hopefully this gave you a little bit of an idea of how to put together your papers. You know, everybody does things differently. Try something how somebody else did it, and then as you go, you'll develop your own style. That's how I did it, and that's how pretty much everybody else does it. Just, there's really no wrong way, okay? I just want you to know that. So just do what you think looks best, and eventually you will get you know, your first journal completed. And, you know, it doesn't have to look great. You can look back a year later, 2 years later on the first journal you did and be like, oh, you know, this was, what was I thinking, you know? If you look on my channel, you can go back, you can see the flip through for my first ever junk journal. It's not perfect, you know? It's got its own flaws. It's got its own things. I was trying different ideas. That everybody does that. It's totally fine. So, like, just do what you like. Do what you think looks good, and eventually you'll get to the point to where you're starting to put together things on your own. You won't need any videos. You won't need any tutorials. You do it all on yourself. Maybe you even start making your own tutorials like I am. So good luck. If you have any questions, if you want to, like, you can send me a message on here or on Facebook. I'd be more than happy to answer any and all your questions. I would love to help you. So if you'd like to, go ahead and message me, leave a comment down below. I try to reply to everybody, And I appreciate you stopping by and watching the video today, and I hope that you learned something. I hope I inspired you. I appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.